I've heard of some fast killing diseases, but there's this one that creeps in slowly. You don't even notice how much damage it's doing until it's already stolen months, sometimes years of your life. Procrastination. Tell me if this sounds familiar. You tell yourself, I'll do it later. Later becomes tomorrow. Tomorrow somehow now turns into next week. And before you know it, a whole semester has passed. Or that idea you were so excited about has been collecting dust in your journal. Yeah, that is procrastination. The slow, silent dream killer. Now, the thing is, it's not as if you don't care or you don't want to do it. Sometimes you're just exhausted, sometimes you're overwhelmed, and you don't even know where to start from. Other times, if we are being honest, it's basically just fear. You have the fear of failing, the fear that you're not good enough yet, and that's something I had to deal with. I personally am this kind of person where if I have an idea in my head, I am fantasizing the fact that it has to be exactly how I have it all up in my head. And so if it's not like that, then it's not good enough. So I had to deal with the fact that, okay, I need money for this thing. So now the factor in it is that I'll have to save money to be able to get this thing done, right? So it means that for me to save, I'll have to wait. And then the fact that I'm not able to get this money on time, I keep waiting and telling myself, okay, I'll do this next week, I'll do it in the next 2 months, and then it keeps going. Before you know it, you are already in the basket of procrastination because you keep postponing. Now, here is the hard truth I had to learn. Procrastination doesn't just steal your time, it steals your opportunities. It steals moments you can never get back. I used to be the queen of I'll do it later. I postponed everything, starting from editing videos, from working on ideas, even starting this podcast. Oh my God. It was something else. I even shot an intro video and then I had to go back on the video and I'm like, I don't like this. I need this, I need that, I need this. And I just stopped. Not because I didn't have the ideas in my head, but because I wanted something so good that somebody else looks at it and this person is like, I love this. That's what I wanted. And what I didn't know on time is that the perfect time to start is now. No matter how little it is, you just have to start now. I kept waiting for the right time. I kept waiting for the perfect mood, the perfect setup. But deep down, I realized I wasn't waiting for perfect. I was hiding from my fear. Waiting for perfect is just fear dressed up in fancy clothes. So the question now is, how did I break free from procrastination? The thing is, it doesn't happen all at once. It happens little by little. So I'm going to share some few things that actually helped me. So what I started with was starting small. Stop waiting to see the whole staircase before you take the first step. If it's an assignment, just open the document and write, even if it's a line, you start with that. And if it's a video, start with recording 30 seconds. That tiny first step may not feel like much, but it breaks the wall of fear. Secondly, I had to break it down. Now, even you as a person, when you are given a task that is very huge, your body doesn't feel like starting it in the first place. That's the same way it feels with the brain. When your goals feels very huge, your brain automatically wants to run away. So instead of saying I'll study for 5 hours, just say I'll read for 30 minutes. Now, that is one thing about the brain also. I remember while I was in school, I tell myself, okay, I'm going to school. I have a serious test maybe next week. Today I'm going to do 5 hours. Tomorrow I'm going to do 5 hours. And then before you know, I'm going to cover it all up. I promise you, I go to that school and I can't even stay in the class for up to 30 minutes. That's just the thing. So you set realistic goals in your head that you know that it's going to be nothing for you and it's going to be achievable. And you'll be shocked how much you end up doing once you simply start. You may do more than 30 minutes. You may end up doing just 30 minutes. But you know that this 30 minutes you've set for yourself is achievable. Another thing is, reward yourself. Celebrate progress, no matter how tiny or small it is. Some people say, okay, if I spend this little money, or I just started, it's just very small. What am I celebrating? It actually matters. You finished a task, Watch a short movie in celebration or giving yourself a break. Have that snack. Take a guilt-free nap. Your brain loves rewards, and over time it begins to associate discipline with pleasure. And then this next one I'm going to be talking about is quite overlooked. You need to forgive yourself. Like, you are human, for crying out loud. You set goals for yourself. In as much as I'm not saying you shouldn't be disciplined when you set certain goals for yourself, because if you're not disciplined enough, you won't be able to keep at it. But you should understand the fact that if by chance you decide to scroll more than the time you expected to, or the time you have placed, okay, maybe I just need to take a break and maybe scroll TikTok for a while, and you do more than that, or you miss a deadline, bro, that's not the end for you. You keep dwelling in the guilt of you missed a deadline or you passed your scrolling time, and then you get stuck. So guilt is another form of procrastination. It just traps you in shame and keeps you from moving forward. It makes you feel like, okay, if I start in the first place, I'm not going to finish, so why start? And when you sleep, just remember that all you got to do is just start again. Remember, imperfect action is always better than no action at all. Procrastination doesn't just disappear overnight, but every single time you act, despite the urge to delay, you win a small victory. Don't wait for motivation to show up, because it doesn't always show up. Create momentum by taking the first tiny step today and not tomorrow. Your dreams don't need another dreamer, it just needs a doer. And I believe you've got it in you to be that doer. I'm rooting for you. You've got this.